कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमां विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं कृष्णचैतन्यईश्वरम्। ॐ तत्सत्। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I welcome you all and thank you for being here today. We will try and discuss something from Bhagavad Gita, and so I will first read today's verse and translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and then we will discuss. Okay, so the verse is 2.26. अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुम् अर्हसि. अथ, if, however, cha, also, enam, this soul, nityajatam, always born, nityam, forever, va, either, manyase, you so think, mrutam, dead, tathapi, still, tvam, you, mahabaho, O mighty armed one, na, never, enam, about the soul, shochitum, to lament, arhasi, to deserve. If, however, you think that the soul or the symptom of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty armed. Purport. There is always a class of philosophers, almost akin to the Buddhist, who do not believe in the separate existence of the soul beyond the body. When Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, it appears that such philosophers existed, and they were known as the Lokayatikas and Vaibhashikas. Such philosophers maintain that life symptoms take place at a certain mature condition of material combination. The modern material scientist and materialist philosophers also think similarly. According to them, the body is a combination of physical elements, and at a certain stage, the life symptoms develop by interaction of the physical and chemical elements. The science of anthropology is based on this philosophy. Currently, many pseudo-religions, now becoming fashionable in America, are also adhering to this philosophy, as are the nihilistic, non-devotional Buddhist sects. Even if Arjuna did not believe in the existence of the soul, as in the Vaibhashika philosophy, there would still have been no cause for lamentation. No one laments the loss of a certain bulk of chemicals and stops discharging his prescribed duty. On the other hand, in modern science and scientific warfare, so many tons of chemicals are wasted for achieving victory over the enemy. According to the Vaibhashika philosophy, the so-called soul or Atma vanishes along with the deterioration of the body. So in any case, whether Arjuna accepted the Vedic conclusion that there is an atomic soul or he did not believe in the existence of the soul, he had no reason to lament. According to this theory, since there are so many living entities generating out of matter every moment, and so many of them are being vanquished every moment, there is no need to grieve for such incidents. If there were no birth for the soul, Arjuna had no reason to be afraid of being affected by sinful reactions due to his killing his grandfather and teacher. But at the same time, Krishna sarcastically addressed Arjuna as Mahabahu. mighty armed, because he at least did not accept the theory of the Vaibhashikas, which leaves aside the Vedic wisdom as a Kshatriya. Arjuna belonged to the Vedic culture and it behooved him to continue to follow its principles. Okay, so what a wonderful verse, verse 26. Here, right. So, what happens in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1? That both the armies have gathered together on Kurukshetra to fight. And as everyone knows, one side is the side of the Dharma, the good ones, the Pandavas, and Krishna himself is with them. And on the other opposite side of the army are the ones who are on the Adharma side, the Kauravas, all the brothers of Duryodhan, and he is teamed with Shakuni, Dushasan, and so all these Karna is there, Ashwathama. So all these have gathered together, and then the conch shells are blown, and the fight should begin, the war should begin. But what happens to Arjuna is that he is not sure at this moment. So he tells Krishna, please take the chariot between the two armies because I just want to observe. So the chapter itself is titled Chapter 1, Observing the Armies, right? So when Arjuna starts observing, he starts getting doubts. He's not sure that should I be fighting this war or not? Is this right or wrong? So he has many doubts in his mind, and when he is seeing his relatives, and he is very close to his grandfather Bhishma, because as we know that Pandava's father was no more, Pandu Maharaj, and Mother Kunti brings them up nicely, all 5 children, and even Nakul and Sadev, their mother Madri was also not there anymore. So Mother Kunti brings them all 5 very nicely up as her own children. And then Bhishma Pitama, the grandfather, had lot of affection for these Pandavas, and he raised them up very nicely, but he was, for some reason, he had to also be on the side of the Kauravas because he was bound to the post of the king. His loyalty was with the king who was sitting on the throne at that time, Dhritarashtra. So, and this is all the plan of the Lord basically, that Bhishma was on their side. But to come to the point, when Arjuna sees that on the opposite side, all the people, they are my relatives, they are my friends, I am related to them in so many different ways, and how can I fight with them? And he is aware that Krishna is on their side, so he knew for some reason that they are all going to be killed. Their army is much more powerful, and so how can I kill them? How can I kill my own grandfather, my teachers who are so dear to me, Dronacharya? How can I do that? And even Kauravas, the Pandavas were so virtuous that they never had any grudges against Duryodhan, Dushasan. Even though they did so much wrong, they had no grudge. So they did not want to kill them either. He didn't want to see them dead. So he gives so many reasons to Krishna that I can't fight. I am completely lamenting. I'm completely feeling compassion for all of them. And I cannot kill them. I cannot fight with them. So the first reason he gives is that the compassion. That I cannot kill them. I feel sorry for their body and that they will die. I can't do that. And then there are various reasons he gives, like that if they are dead, then how can I enjoy the kingdom on my own without them, right? So when we are happy, we want to share our joy with our relatives and family. So he says, if they are not around, what is the point of the victory and winning the whole kingdom? And he is also afraid that I will get sinful reaction if I kill them all. And then he feels that even the family tradition will be destroyed, because when the good portion of the people die, then all the whatever the religions and codes of conduct are, if they are not followed, then unwanted population will take place. So all these reasons he gives, but his first reason, the compassion that he has for his relatives, is answered nicely in this chapter. And the verses 2.11 up to 2.30 is the knowledge that Krishna gives Arjuna, so that he can understand that the compassion that he's feeling for his relatives and friends is on a material plane. It is a wrong compassion. And how Krishna solves this puzzle is that he gives him the knowledge of soul and body. So the main important lesson of Bhagavad Gita is that we are this soul, we are not this body. So based on that, Krishna explains to Arjuna that basically your compassion is on the level of the body. And here Srila Prabhupada gives very beautiful analogy in the first verse itself. He says that, for example, if you see someone who is drowning in the sea, and if this person is drowning in deep waters and you happen to be in a position whereby you can rescue them, so would you try to rescue the person or rescue the coat or the wristwatch that he is wearing? What should you rescue? The person, right? Not the clothes. So similarly, what he is saying is that this body is like those clothes, the wristwatch or the clothes or the coat, and the soul that resides within is the person. So you want to save the soul, not the body, not the coat. So your compassion that you are feeling for all your relatives is based on a material plane. It is artificial. श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गौर निताय की जय, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So these are the, so then Krishna starts giving him the knowledge of body and soul, and before this starts also, Arjuna completely surrenders to Krishna. Like, you will only get knowledge from someone whom you accept a guru, or if you are in a very humble mood and you approach the guru humbly and ask. So in the 7th verse, Arjuna says to Krishna, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yachreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyas teham shadhi mam tvam prapannam. Meaning that Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava, I have overcome with this weakness of heart, and I surrender unto you as a disciple, and I request you that please clear my doubts and illusions, and please give me the knowledge and enlighten me, Krishna. So I am your disciple now, and I am a soul surrendered unto you, so please instruct me, Krishna. So from that point on, Krishna is not only his cousin, but now he is his guru. So then Lord Krishna starts instructing him that, basically you are feeling sorry for all these people, but they are going to die anyway. Even if you don't kill them, their body is going to deteriorate and they are going to die. If you don't kill, someone else will kill them. And so this kind of compassion is completely based on the bodily level. So this chapter 2 is very, very important. It instructs us in the self-realization. And here these verses are called Gnana, knowledge of body, soul, and who is the controller of both, matter and spirit, and controller of both. So that controller is Krishna. And whoever is not bound into fruitive activities, or who tries to understand taking guidance of Guru, will be able to understand this knowledge in a humble mood, and it's called self-realization. So this 2.11 to 2.30, these verses are Gnana or Sankhya. Sankhya means in English analytical study. So Krishna is systematically explaining Arjuna why he should not lament, because his first reason is compassion, why I will not fight. So systematically, one by one, all the arguments Krishna will defeat and explain him why you should fight and do your duty. So Krishna says to Arjuna that this so-called compassion you have is mere weakness of your heart, and you are a Kshatriya, so you should do your duty and you should fight against the dharma and establish the dharma. So this is the duty of a Kshatriya. That's what a king does. He wants all his subjects to be happy, living in a nice, harmonious community. And that happens when there is dharma. Dharma means following, living with the codes of conduct, rules, and regulations as per the Shastras. So here we know that Dhritarashtra, he had this real weakness of heart for his children, his sons. He was so attached that even if he knew what is right, that Krishna is God, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knew everything. But he says to Akrura, when he goes to give him good advice, that what you are doing is wrong. This is much before the war, that your these nephews are under your care, you are their guardian, and you should treat them equally with your sons, but you are very partial, and you are completely supporting Duryodhan's evil plans, and always they were plotting plans in some way to hurt Pandavas or kill them. All that was going on. So he did not listen to any advice, because he says, I'm so attached to my sons that I'm not able to follow this advice. So Krishna says that we have tried everything. Dhritarashtra was 3 times tried to be given this advice. Krishna himself tries, Akrura tries, Vidura, but he does not understand. So war was inevitable. He even refused to give the land to Pandavas that is equal to that will fit the tip of a needle. So to that point. So now we are on this battlefield, and how comes you are saying you will not fight? You have to fight, because say, for example, when there are, Krishna loves all his children, all the souls. Even in the 15th chapter, there is this verse, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So every living being is part and parcel of me. And he says, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshyostri Na Priyaha. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. Means that I am equal to all. I am not partial to anyone. So it is not that Krishna is taking side of Pandavas and he is very much in grudge with Duryodhan and party or Kaurav. It's not like that. They basically need reformation. They need punishment, and they need to be reformed, because otherwise they are not understanding with the words or good advice. So, for example, when there are children, say a mother, a father, they have children. And if the child is naughty, then the mother's duty is to discipline the child, right? And why she is doing this? Because she is the well-wisher of the child. If she doesn't do it, the child will not learn what is right and what is wrong. So she really loves the child. That is why she is doing it. So in the same way, Krishna wants to give this punishment to Duryodhan and party, because it has come to this point that they need to be killed. The war has to happen and the dharma has to be established. But it's done without any grudge. It's done out of love. And when they get the next body, then actually this bad karmas that they have done, the sinful reaction will overcome by them getting this punishment. So in fact, Krishna is extremely merciful and kind to everyone. It is a difficult concept to understand, but as Srila Prabhupada gives this example of parents to children, that how they are disciplined, so it is easier to understand. And Krishna says to Arjuna that one who knows what is body and what is soul, he does not lament at any stage of the body. So then there is 2.13 verse also. It says that, right, so we know our body changes at all the time. The soul within does not change. But if we see the pictures when we were small as a baby, how little we were. Right? And then the body change, then it comes into the toddler age, then, bit grown up, then teenage, into youth. So most people don't lament when they become youthful. But when this youthful body turns old, Then there is some lamentation that now I'm, growing old and soon will die. But at any stage, one will not be fearful or do lamentation, knowing that in fact when I die, I will get a new body. So, how it is so difficult to operate in an old body? Same way, Krishna says to Arjuna that even if you think their body will die, they will get new body and they will be able to start fresh, do all the activities with lot of energy and vigor in the new body. So you should not lament. So at this point, then Arjuna gives an argument which is very valid. He says that yes, that I understand, but when they die, means, say for example, Bhishma, my grandfather, I will not see him anymore. He will move on to the next body, but the interaction I have with him, I will miss that. And that is how we all feel, right? When our relatives pass away, okay, we know the soul is immortal and they will move on to new body, but we are crying that now my interaction with this dear one, the relative has stopped. I will not see them anymore. I will not have any more exchanges of love with them. I will not have more experiences. So that's when Krishna speaks the 2.14 words, Matra Sparshastu Konteya, Sitoshna Sukha Dukkha Daha, Agama Apaino Anitya, Stam Stitikshasva Bharata. What does it mean? Krishna says that you have to tolerate. That's when something like this happens. Yes, you are right that you will not have any more interaction with Bhishma Pitama, whom you love very much, because he will be no more. But you have to tolerate. And just like how we tolerate heat and cold, how the seasons change, when there is heat, then we try and put on air condition or go somewhere cooler, or when it is cold, where it's always very cold here, hardly we have any summer, so we wear warm clothes and we put heating on. So this is on the external bodily level. But then he says that sukha dukkha daha. Same way, there are dualities for our internal soul, that we feel happiness and we feel distress. But if we are dhira, if we are self-realized, if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will not be so badly affected. We will understand with that knowledge. This knowledge will help us. It will sharpen our intelligence and help us to deal with this happiness and distress in a very sober way. Right? So when someone passes away, we should not be crying so badly that now I will miss that person and what about me? What will happen to me? So no, that kind of lamentation is wrong. If we see on soul level, then we understand that yes, I will, this will give me strength, that I had such happy memories with them, and that they are also, like part and parcel of Krishna. I am also part of Krishna. Keeping Krishna in the center, we miss them in that sense. But we have to go on doing our duty. We should not become dysfunctional. That's what Krishna is telling Arjuna here. That please don't become dysfunctional, thinking that they will go and what will happen to me, or I will get sinful reaction. You will not get sinful reaction, because as a Kshatriya, your duty is to fight against injustice, and adharmic people need to be removed so that dharma can be established. So you are doing your duty. At the same time, the body will die, soul will not die, and you will be separated from them. That means then that distress you have to tolerate, and you have to become a sober person in that sense. And the duty has to be done at all the times. Even in 8.7, Krishna says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yudhyacha mayarpita manobuddhir ma me vaishyasya samshayaha. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, at all times, ma manusmara yudhyacha, remember me and do your duty and fight. So here for Arjuna, his duty is to fight. But to apply this verse in our life, our duty is, if we are grihastha, if we are family members, then our duties are separate, they are different. And then we should get on with those duties very nicely. and at the same time remember Krishna all the time. So he says, Ma Manusmara, think of me and do your duty. That's all you have to do all the time. And then what will happen? At the time of death, we will be able to remember Krishna, because throughout the life we remembered, we practiced. So they say life is the preparation, and death is the examination. So whatever we have done throughout our life, it will be like go on as a flashback of memories at the time of death. And if we invested our time nicely in remembering Krishna, in Krishna conscious activities, we will definitely pass that test with the mercy of Guru, devotees, and Krishna. They are all here to help us, and we have such a wonderful community. And thanks to Srila Prabhupada, the temples are everywhere, wherever you go in any part of the world. The temples are there, wonderful devotees are there, and we can take their association, we can chant the holy names, and it's forever a celebration. I always feel there is always festivals coming one after another. So there is a lot of happiness here, and lots to do in terms of services. So yes, we can do Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. It is not difficult. We can take small steps. And we can see that we are not the only ones who goes through so many difficulties in life. If we see so many pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, and even here, starting with Pandavas, what all they have gone through. They were poisoned, they were tried to be burnt in Lakshagra. Mother Kunti was forever feeling so scared, like she felt like, she's living among tigers, and she felt so insecure at every moment that her and her sons will be killed at any time. Even Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, all Kunti Maharani, so many characters of Bhagavatam, if we see this and read this and equip our consciousness, then it will definitely help us. What all of them did is they did not forget Krishna. They went through all these difficulties, but they surrendered to Krishna. It was not like that, oh, you do what we want, Krishna, and then only we love you. No. During all those difficult times, they surrendered even more and more. If we read Kunti Maharani's prayers, also she says, right, that Krishna, whenever difficulties came, we remembered you much more, and you were always with us. So please give me more and more difficulties. We cannot pray like that, but at least we can take inspiration from this, that yes, all of this is possible if we really go back to Shastras, read them, try to understand with the help of so many wonderful senior teachers we have around. Then this will really help us. And there is also this beautiful verse in Bhagavatam when this says, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. It sounds very difficult, right? That we go on with our life doing duties, but how to remember Krishna? Even I feel sometimes when I'm drinking water, I don't remember Krishna, but it says in Bhagavad Gita that the taste in water is Krishna. Krishna says that I am the taste in water, but when I actually drink water, I'm not at that consciousness. But we can try, we can definitely, that is why we need to read more often, we need to hear more often, we need to do lot of Shravanam from bona fide, Parampara and Guru. And that way our intelligence will be sharpened, and we'll be able to act like a sober person when difficult times come in our life. We will not get bewildered, or we will not lament like how Arjuna is doing all of this at this moment. Arjuna is also a pure devotee. Basically, this is the plan of the Lord, that at this time he is bewildered so that we get to hear Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. So we should not minimize position of all these great souls. It is for our benefit. So there are also gopis in Bhagavatam. It is explained that how gopis love Krishna so much. And in Vrindavan, when Krishna goes in early morning with his friends, boys, the gopas, to graze the cows and calves, all the gopis, elder gopis, younger gopis, they all miss Krishna, because he goes in the morning, they will only see him when he returns in the evening. So what they do, they don't stop their duty. They are doing all those duties that they do every day, which is like it says here that they milk the cows, they are winnowing the grains, they churn butter, and then they, gather the cow dung to make fuel. They use this cow dung to actually, they put it on the floors of their house, and they smear the floor with this cow dung. And they sometimes they have time, leisure time, they are riding on the swings, and they are taking care of their little babies, and they are sprinkling the ground with water, because when the floor is made with the cow dung, then they sprinkle water on it, and then they are cleaning their houses. All these activities they are doing, but they are constantly remembering Krishna, and with their choked voices, they are singing glories of Krishna. So, see their consciousness, how spiritual and how beautiful and wonderful that atmosphere must be, if we try and imagine that Krishna is gone with the Gopas, and Mother Yashoda has dressed him so beautifully. All the turban and everything, and the beautiful jewels and everything. He wears a yellow dhoti, and he goes with the Gopas. And as he goes also afterwards, as they are entering forest, the Gopas dress him again. They dress Krishna again. Mother Yashoda might have put jewels and everything, but they like to then dress him with the forest flowers, and they put some fruits and all this and that here. They will tie him with a nice waist belt, and they will dress him again. So this is how their life is centered around Krishna, and everything is just so nectarian and so beautiful. But we mustn't forget that we will see, like in Krishna book and 10th canto of Bhagavatam, we know so many different demons attack Vrindavan, attack the Vrajavasis. They are sent by Kamsa. So they are also not like living a very happy life. Can you imagine a demon is every day attacking a new demon? There is a Putana, then there is Vyomasur, then so many different demons, they come, Bakasur. And it is not easy. Seeing them, one would faint, but they have so much love and affection for Krishna, and they are so surrendered to Krishna. They know Krishna will take care. At the same time, they love him for just being Krishna. They are not loving him as God. So their love is also very true. So what I'm trying to say here is that, and in the evening also, when they all gather together, Nanda Maharaj and his brothers and all of the, the villagers, they all gather together. And these Gopas, little boys who witnessed, they saw what happened and how Krishna killed these demons. Then they will narrate these stories. So what happens, even though they are in the middle of all these difficulties and all these dangerous risks, that who will attack us tomorrow, who will try to kill Putana, for example, she is trying to kill the newborn babies. She, wherever newborn babies are born, she will go and kill them. So this is what Putna's job is. So can you imagine, we are at least not living in that kind of fear. So even amongst all this, what they are doing is they are taking association of devotees. Every evening they gather together and they discuss what happened, and all of them are praising Krishna. Oh yes, Krishna did this, and he fought with this demon like this and like that. And mind you, Krishna kills all these demons in Vrindavan without using any weapons. There are no weapons or nothing at all. He just kills them with just the way that he is, Vrindavan Krishna, Nandan Krishna. So what they are doing this katha every day. So for us also to go through difficulties in our life, we need Krishna katha. We need to hear, we need to read. If we do this also, then our consciousness will be equipped to get through any difficulty. There is a beautiful verse, I may not completely remember, but it says, Iti Nanda Dayo Gopa Krishna Rama Katha Muda Kurvanto Ramamanascha Navindam Bhava Vedana. Bhava Vedana. So, we are in this material world. We all know there is nobody who has no difficulties here or problems or distresses. We all have it. But Navindam Bhava Vedana. How? Iti Nanda Dayo Gopa Krishna Rama Katha Mruda. So they are doing this katha every day, Vrajavasis. They are doing katha of Krishna, Lord Rama, all these pastimes. That's how they gain their strength to deal with Bhava Vedana. right? So we can also do the same. And there is this is a very beautiful verse also that I was just I tried to discuss what the gopis do, and that verse is यादोहने वहनने मथनोपलेपा प्रेङ्खेन् खनार्बरुदितो क्षणमार्जनादौ गायन्ति चैनमनुरक्तधियो श्रुकण्ठ्यो धन्याव्रजस्त्रियौ रुक्रमचित्तयानः. So what is the explanation of this verse? Srila Prabhupada says that the ladies of Vraja are the most fortunate of women, because with their minds fully attracted to Krishna and their throats always choked up with tears, they constantly sing about him while milking the cows, winnowing the grains, churning the butter, gathering the cow dung for fuel, riding on swings, taking care of their crying babies, sprinkling the grounds with water. They do all of this by their, love, exalted Krishna consciousness and love for Krishna. And this is how they are completely absorbed. So, going back to the verse that I was trying to discuss is Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu, and gopis and Vrajvasis are the best example. They are doing that, forever remembering Krishna along with doing their duties. They are not stopping their duties. Because doing our prescribed duty, it should never be stopped. Even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that do your own duty, even imperfectly, it is fine. Say you are a Kshatriya, Arjuna, you have to fight. You cannot go and beg. So, because when he sees these armies, he even says to Krishna that I prefer to beg but not fight. I will, let them kill me unarmed. The Duryodhan can come and kill me unarmed. I'll stand like this, he can kill me. It's better they kill me than I kill them. So to that point, he is so given up to do his duty. So Krishna says, no, it doesn't happen that way. As a Kshatriya, even if you can't do your duty nicely, you do that. And if you can do someone else's duty nicely, as a Brahmana say, you can go and beg nicely, but don't do that. Do your duty imperfectly, it's fine. Because if you try to imitate, say he is saying he will go and beg as a Brahmana, if he goes and he is begging door to door, if someone comes and insults him or challenges him, he will take out his sword to kill him, because that is his real nature. His nature is Kshatriya. So he has to act as per what is his nature, do his duty, and he can very nicely do it by setting up the dharma, killing all these people who are on the side of adharma. They are going to be defeated anyway. If he doesn't kill, Krishna has already killed them. So all these verses, just we don't have much time, but why there is actually so many more things also to discuss. But to cut it short, today's verse says what it says. For that I had to discuss the previous verses, the right knowledge. What is the right knowledge? That we are not this body, we are the soul. Arjuna, do your duty, don't lament. Yes, you will miss Bhishma and all of them, but you tolerate, that is okay, but you have to do your duty. So now in today's verse, what it says here, Srila Prabhupada says that fine, do not lament, just fight. Krishna is giving so much knowledge that he is telling Arjuna that remove your ignorance. And in today's verse, there is Atha Chainam Nitya Jatam. What it means? So in this shloka, Krishna, all these previous shlokas, Krishna established that that soul is eternal and body is temporary. All the previous 15 shlokas, right? But now, Krishna says also that soul has no birth, it has no death. And now, let's say for argument, in today's verse, what he says is that there are some philosophers who say that soul does get birth and soul dies also. They say that soul is not eternal, soul has birth. So these are some other doctrines. So soul has beginning, all of this they say. So now Krishna says, even if you understand that soul can take birth and die, still there is no reason to lament, right? If you understand the right knowledge, what is right knowledge? That soul is not born and soul will not die. then also there is no need to lament, because we just discussed everything. Why? But now if you say soul is taken birth, soul will die, then also there is no reason to lament. You don't know what happens in the next. You are saying that soul will not have birth again. So then also you don't have to worry, is there? So the right understanding is soul has no birth and death. Wrong understanding is soul does take birth. Soul can die. Whether you go by the right or wrong understanding, there is no reason to lament. So even if you don't kill, they will be killed anyways, because you are saying soul will die. So Krishna gives both the opposite perspective also. This way also there is no need to worry, and that way also there is no need to worry or lament. So even if you don't kill, don't think that Bhishma, Duryodhan, Dushashan, Karna, Shakuni, Ashwathama, they will go home alive. No, even if you don't kill them, they will die. So whether you think soul is eternal or not, you have no reason to lament. And Krishna calls Arjuna in these words Mahabaho. Why he says this? Because Krishna says because Arjuna, he says thank God, he doesn't say thank God, Krishna is God. He says it's great that you are not believing in the wrong philosophy, where it says soul will die and soul will take birth again. It is good that you don't believe in it. Why? Because you are a Mahabaho. That is why you will never accept the wrong philosophy. You do understand what I'm saying. And that is why either way, soul lives or dies, soul doesn't live or soul is eternal, you have no reason to lament. So that's what this verse is all about, 2.26. And I tried my best. If you have any correction, comment, or anything you want to discuss or question, then we have, I think, 1 minute. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this chance so I could do some little bit of Krishna Katha today. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We will all get up for Aarti.
Shri Radha Goplananda Ki Jai, Shri Sitara Lakshman Hanuman Ki Jai, Gauracha Ki Jai. Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aratika Shobha Kiba Jaya বসে আছে গোরাচান রত্ন সিংহাসনে আরতি করে নামা আদি দেবগানে Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gaura Premanande. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Shata Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Shata Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulasi Devi Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Sharinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. And now we will conclude with the Gaura Arati ceremony with the Nrsimha prayers. So if you know them, please sing along. And for this, we'll be seated down. Thank you very much.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlada Lada Daine. Hiranya Kashipur Vakshaha. Shilatankana khalaye. Ito narsingho parato narsingho. Yato yato yamitato narsingho. Hridaye Narsingho. Nara Singhamadim Sharanam Prapade. Avakara Kamalavare Nakha Madhuta Shinga. Lalita Hiranya Kashipu Nanumeka Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. की शीला प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen, for kindly attending this evening's Gaura Arati, this evening program at Bhaktivedanta Manor. Thank you very much for attending. The next darshan will be at 9 p.m. until 9:30 p.m., which will be the last darshan of the day. But don't worry, there'll be more tomorrow and the day next and the day next until however long. There will now be Mahaprasad being served in reception now, so you may take. Once again, thank you very much for attending. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna. Sarcasm? I'm dumb on my practice. That's my excuse. I will be in a few weeks' time, actually.
Oh, not now.
Not now.
No.
No, he's cast before go out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Has it been like that long?
Yeah, it's always has been.
Well, it hasn't always been like that, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
it used to always be after.
Oh, okay.
So that's been quite a while happening, yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what time is that? 6 or something?
6, yeah.
Oh, okay.